We all have a fantasy self, and most of the time, they lie to us. They make us spend money on things that we wouldn't normally wear. My fantasy self tells me I like blue eyeshadow, and pink lipstick, and purple blush, and wigs. When in reality, I am a neutral toned girl. I like neutral lipstick. I like neutral eyeshadow. I like neutral blush. But every once in a while, I have to let her out to play. Hi, I'm Andi. Welcome or welcome back. I'm really happy that you're here. This is my monthly collab with Leanna Dalton, and this month we have a special guest. It is Donna from my new obsession, and I am so excited that she's joining us this month. Donna is trying to get to 2K this year, and I'd love to help her out. So after you watch this video, go down in the description box below. If you haven't already visited her channel, please do so. In her words, she's a kick in the pants, and I have to agree. You hear a lot about fantasy selves nowadays. I've heard more about my damn fantasy self in the last 6 months than I have the rest of my whole life. I didn't even know she existed, but she does. So Donna, Leanna, and I are letting our fantasy selves take over for the day. Our fantasy selves created an eye look that our realistic selves would never dream of doing. So you guys, if this sounds fun to you, then please stick around. We are up close and personal. I would be lying if I said I wasn't nervous about this. These are not looks that I do very often. Obviously, fantasy self lies. She thinks that I like these types of shades, which I do love looking at them. I just get very nervous when I use them because practice makes perfect, and I don't practice with these types of shades. I'm starting off with the Devinah Palaemon eye base. This is an amazing eye base. I always use it when I'm going to use any kind of special mattes that I want to make sure don't crease, and I just want to lay down a really nice canvas for my shades. I love my Ulta Beauty matte veil. I love my Morphe Solo Artist, but when I know that I don't want something to move, I'm going to be using this, which is kind of silly that I'm using it today because I'm just going to take it off as soon as I'm done. We're not going anywhere. I'm not going to let my fantasy self tell me that I need to go to the gas station with the makeup that I'm about to do. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I absolutely love it. But as I said, it makes me nervous. So where to start? I don't even know where to start. I have my little palette down here, and I just let my fantasy self take over and choose whatever shades she wanted to choose. I'm going to start with this light teal, and it is from Colourpop, and it is called Soaked. And I'm going to put that on my mobile lid, up a little bit in my transition, just a little bit, because I do have hooded eyes, about halfway over. And I want to put a nice base there for the shades that are coming. You guys, I thought about doing a halo eye. My fantasy self tells me I know how to do that. What the hell, let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm going to put that all over. I've probably only done about 3 halo eyes in my entire life. And while all 3 of them turned out just fine, they still make me nervous. And I need to have more confidence in my ability to apply eyeshadow. I don't know what other shades I'm bringing in. I don't know if I'm bringing in any pinks. I don't know if I'm bringing in any of the regular blues, or if I'm just going to stick with these teals, because the teals are the ones that make me drool when I look at them. Teals and light blues are the ones that make me drool when I look at them. All right, I think that might be a decent base. We'll see. And now I'm going to go in with the shade Spring Showers, and this is from Sydney Grace. And I'm just going to put that on the outer third of my lid, and I'm going to put it in the inner third of my lid. And I might have gone a little too far over already, but that's okay, it can be fixed. And I'm going to go up into my transition. This is so freaking pigmented. This is a newer shade to me. I think I got it in a mystery box, mystery bag, because I don't think I would have purchased this shade. Of course, who knows? I might have. I do things like that. I've already gone too far over, but like I said, let's go back into, what is that called? Soaked. And give me a little bit more lid space with the light. It's a little better, but I am going to have shimmer there, so it really doesn't matter. I'm going to go up a little further, and because again I do have hooded eyes, I want to make sure that you can see it when I open my eye. Then I'm going to also blend as I'm going. I am going to be putting another shade in the inner and outer. It's okay, that's a good start. This eye turned out a little better than this eye, but like I said, there's going to be shimmers on the lid, so a lot of that is going to get covered up. Now I'm going to go into, do I want Urchin or do I want, I'm going to go to Urchin, which is a Colourpop shade from the High Tide palette. That first one was from the In the Springs palette, which is no longer available. I don't know if the High Tide is available or not. I don't know if this is going to be dark enough. Maybe. And I'm going to put that just right out on the outer corner. I don't know if that gives enough of a gradient. And I'm going to pop that right in my inner corner there. Just a very, very small space. I'm not sure there's enough of a gradient there, but I'm going to continue to go with it. And I don't know if you notice that each shade that I go into, as I work my way out, I go with a smaller brush. So this is a tiny, tiny brush because I just want a tiny, tiny area. I'm going back to that second shade, that Sydney Grace. And I want to bring this up a little bit more. You guys, this is all trial and error. I'm just saying, this is all trial and error. I'm really curious to see what Donna and Leanna's fantasy selves pick out for them. So tell me, what does your fantasy self tell you? Down below, tell me, what does your fantasy self tell you that you like? That your realistic self is like, what? I don't wear that. I want to know. Okay, I'm going with like a medium-sized brush, but I want it to be fluffy, and I'm going into that. I'm going back into the Soaked shade from Colourpop, and I'm going to blend out this upper line. And I'm not going to lie, I'm loving the way this is looking. I really am. I am loving the way this is looking. It's usually this eye that looks better than this eye, but I'm thinking that this eye is looking better than this eye. Because I don't know, is it a mess or is it okay? I can't tell. Okay, and then I'm going in with the teeniest teeny, and I'm going into that Ensley Raine shade called, I think it's called Pleiadion, Pleiadion, Pleiadion. And I'm going to dab off some of that, and I'm going right in this little outer corner because it is darker than the Urchin that I brought in. Oh my gosh, that is such a beautiful shade. All of the shades that I'm using from Ensley Raine are in the Lands of Enchantment palette, which doesn't get near enough love. It is gorgeous. I think that was a good move. That was a really good move. And now I'm going back into Spring Showers. And I'm going to blend that a little bit here. I'm going to forget the Urchin because I don't think there was enough of a gradient between the Spring Showers and the Urchin to actually do anything. I am loving this, though. You guys, I think the halo eye is going to work. I think it's going to actually work. What? Stop it. Stop it. I'm going to go back up here and blend that a little bit more of that because I did go back in and put more of it on. Yeah, I think it's going to work. Okay, I'm going to clean up my inner and outer right through here, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've opted to not do anything with my inner corner because I'm afraid that I'm going to mess it up. But I did clean up the outer corners a little bit. Part of me wants to leave it alone and go in with my shimmers. Part of me wants to tweak it a little bit. This is where I struggle to edit myself. Does it need more? Do I need to leave it the heck alone and move on? That is where I have my biggest struggles. But I think I am going to go back into that darkest shade because I don't listen to myself, obviously. I have tons of teal and blue eyeshadows, so I don't listen to myself very much. This is the darkest shade that I use, the Ensley Raine, that I can't pronounce. And I'm just going to really deepen those inner and outer corners up, because I want that to be very dramatic, as if the whole thing isn't so damn dramatic. Like, really? I haven't done a look like this. I can't tell you. I do purples, I do blues, I do things like that, but to do something this, to me, is intricate. To you, it may not be. To you, it might be something that's just super simple. Not me. I gotta tell you, that Colourpop Soaked from the In the Springs is really, really freaking pigmented. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop. I'm going to go in and clean this up a little bit, just a tiny bit. I don't do that on camera because I make funny faces because I have to get right into that. So I do the whole grouper face. Okay, you guys, I don't know which shimmer to use. They're all so beautiful. That is the Sydney Grace Green Mist. But this is Palaemon. Palaemon. It is spelled Palaemon. Palaemon? 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 I don't know, but it is the most beautiful in this whole thing. Can you see that shift? But then I have Cake Bomb, which is here. It looks very unassuming, but it has a beautiful icy blue. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the Palaemon on my lid. I'm going to put that Cake Bomb like right through here. And then I don't know what I'm going to do underneath my eye, but I am going to do something underneath my eye after my face makeup is complete. So obviously I will come back as soon as I get done with my shimmers. I will come back with the final look. As far as glitter primer, there is no question that I'm going to use the Specular Sparkle and Shimmer Glue Base. This is Devinah, and this is the only choice for these fantastic shimmers. Now, I watched her video of her using the Blood Moon. If you don't know, Deandra, that owns Devinah, she is the founder of Devinah, has a YouTube channel. I will put her in the description box below because she does all kinds of stuff. She does, obviously, her eyeshadows. She does eyeshadow looks, but she also does fun like wax melt stuff and journaling stuff and spooky decor stuff, especially this time of year. She's already started, so I will put her down in the description box below. I don't show her channel enough love on my channel. I really want to support her, so I'm going to put her down there. Okay, moment of truth. This is a Devinah brush. This is the D108. Do I want to use the D107? One of them is slightly smaller. I'm going to use the smaller one. I'm going to use the smaller one. These are perfect for chunkier, I don't want to call them chunky, for more textured shimmers, micro glitters, things like that. They really, the brushes really hold on to them and keep you from getting a lot of fallout. So I just touch my brush in there, and now I'm going to touch my brush on the center of my lid. And I might have to go in a couple of times because I don't want to put a lot on the brush at one time. Oh my gosh. This is my first time using this shade. I just got it yesterday. She had a buy one get one sale for mattes, shimmers, and duochromes, and this is a multichrome. And it wasn't a BOGO, but it was on sale. So regular price is $17. I got it for $13, and I believe it's the only multichrome that I bought in this order. And the best way to apply these shimmers is to pat them. Pat them. Do not swipe them. Pat them. This is more of a textured shimmer, and it needs to be handled delicately or else you're going to get it on your face. I'm doing just one more little layer on there. I think I want to go up just a little bit further, and I'm going to lay that down. Sorry for the dead air. I'm concentrating. These brushes are perfect for people with small eyes and people with hooded eyes. I took a chance and bought them after watching her use them in one of her videos, and I think they're amazing brushes. I really do. Okay, I need to stop right there. And I'm going to show this other eyelid some love. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone for now. I'm going to go do my face makeup. So it'll just be a second for you, and don't go anywhere. And we are back. So what do you think? Is my fantasy self a liar? Or should I listen to her more often? I want to show you a few other products that I have bought listening to her and not listening to me. Purple blush. Do I wear purple blushes? Not very often. Purple blush. Highlighter. This highlighter is absolutely stunning. Do I wear it? No, I don't ever wear it. It's beautiful, but I don't wear it. Lashes. Do I wear lashes? No. I tried to put them on. I even cut them in half so that I could just do wispies. No, it didn't work. But most of all, I have a giant collection of blue and teal eyeshadow. Will I buy more? Yeah. Yeah, I will, because they're beautiful and I love them. Before you go, don't forget to go down and check out the description box. See Leanna's video, see Donna's video, go show them some love, see what their fantasy selves are telling them. Thank you, ladies, for a very, very fun collab. I enjoyed myself so much. And you guys, tell me in the comments below, what does your fantasy self tell you? What does she or he lie to you about and make you spend your hard-earned money? Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.